What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marilyn Smith. I am the owner of Zanuvi and a creator of I'm Her, The Journey. If you have not already subscribed, please subscribe and click the notification bell so that you're notified every time that I make a video, because this is going to be new and approved channel, so you don't want to miss what I have coming up. So I'm starting over. It's simple as that. And there's a lot of people who may not have found that platform that's really giving them the true ins and outs of entrepreneurship. Over the years, I have built a six-figure business, and I am not popular on social media. I'm clearly not popular on YouTube. I'm not popular on Instagram. I have like 600 followers on my Zanuvi page. I'm not popular on TikTok. I just got into TikTok literally a few months ago, like really uploading on a regular basis. So building a six-figure business was a little difficult when you're not the popular girl on social media. Like if I was popular, like my business probably would be multiple six figures at this point. So I don't know, I can't sit here and tell you how to build $1 million business because I have not done it yet. Like I said, I have not done it yet. But it's not all about your follower count, how many brand deals you got. Yes, that does play a part, because if you're getting brand deals as a small business or an entrepreneur, that's another stream of income. I have built my company strictly off of great customer service and delivering a lot of value. And if you know me, you know that I am always preaching how to deliver value from your business. Over the months, I've seen influencers who are losing followers. I've seen small businesses, clothing boutiques, they're going out of business. They're shutting down left and right. I've even seen salons who are closing multiple locations because they can't sustain having multiple locations. And I don't know the ins and outs of why these things are happening, but what I can tell you is some people have a skill, and because they have a skill, they decide to open a business. When they open that business based on their skill, it blows up in the beginning. Over time, it dwindles and dwindles and dwindles. Just because you have a skill does not mean that you can run a business. Once you learn how to run a business and implement that skill, it will change your sustainability. Sometimes it's not about the business and the reason why it fails. Sometimes it's about the fact that you're going through a divorce. Sometimes it's about the fact that you're putting your kids through school and you just can't manage paying for school and carrying the business at the same time. Sometimes it's about you losing a loved one and then your mental is all out of whack. And so because of that, you lose your drive on sustaining your business. I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into why some things have to shift and you have to close your doors. But one thing I do not want to get confused is you do not have to be popular to have a successful business. There are many businesses out here where you don't even know the face of the person who owns the business, and yet they have multi-million-dollar businesses and they are thriving and they have multiple locations. And why is that? It can't all be just because you're popular. Like I said, I'm not popular on social media. And I've started this YouTube thing so many times. I mean, like over and over from different angles. And I never stuck with it because it just wasn't priority for me. At the time, I was working on my business and I just did not have time to work on my business and do social media and content and editing and all of this. And so one of my main things with building an audience on social media is that I am a perfectionist. I always feel like if it's not right, if things are not placed in order the way that I need them placed in order, then I won't post it. And that can hinder you to a certain point. So now I've gotten my business to I think, what's the word I'm looking for? A good point to where I can step away from my business and work on my content, because I can only do so much in person. Like I have classes, I've mentored people one-on-one, and I can only do so much because I'm only one person. And with me having my hands in different things, I think that this is probably the next step, is just to grow the YouTube channel and share my knowledge with you guys that way. So this series is going to be all about business and entrepreneurship and how to grow your business, how to keep your business, keep your doors open if your business is struggling. And it's just my experience. It's just my personal business strategies that has helped me keep my doors open. So a little background on where I was. I took my child support funds that I was getting on a monthly basis. I put myself through hair school. So I went into my first salon after I graduated hair school. And the first salon that I ever worked at, she was taking 50% of everything that I made. I was good at braids. That was my main service. Micro braids, box braids, cornrows, two-strand twists. I mean, all natural styles, like that was my thing. During this time, natural hair is booming. Like people are going natural left and right. So my business was doing very well. Again, I was a single mom. After a year being there, I could no longer afford to give her 50% of everything that I made, with that being my only income. So the entire time that I'm doing hair, I never had a second job. I never had a part-time gig. I never had, any other income other than the income that I was making from behind my chair. Now, I left the first salon after the first year of being licensed. I went into another salon where I had more freedom because I went into booth renting instead of having to pay a commission. So I forget how much my booth rent was. Maybe it was like $160 a week or something like that. But at least outside of that $160 a week, I was able to keep all of my money. The problem with that was when I went over into that other salon, I felt a little restricted. I felt like I couldn't really give my clients the experience that I wanted to give them because of the salon that I was in. And so I stayed at that salon for about 2.5 years, maybe 3. Left that salon, and then I went into a salon suite, which is a room on your own. The salon suite was like everything. Like when I first got into the salon suite, everybody else was looking at it like, why are you going into this small space paying? I think I was paying $250 a week, so $1,000 a month. And a lot of people was like, this is just a small room, this is so small, this is such a small space. Why would you leave a salon to come into this small space when it's more money? But that was, to me, my very first salon on my own. I got to decorate it the way that I wanted. I got to sell the retail that I wanted to sell, with nobody's telling me, oh, well, you can't sell this because this stylist over here is selling that and it's a conflict. Like I didn't have nobody telling me what days I can come into the salon or what days I didn't. I had 24-hour access. Like this was my own business. This suite was like a game changer for me because now I could implement my own rules. I could give my clients the experience that I wanted to give them from the very beginning. Like I always wanted something that was upscale, high end, very relaxing, so that I can really show the women how valued they were. So going out of the salon suite, I opened my own salon, same price, bigger space. I mean, like this was another game changer at this point. This was like 3 times the space, if not more, of my suite. And I had the opportunity to grow by bringing in another stylist to share with me. That way I can charge the other stylists and have them cover my rent while I keep everything from my chair. I go into this new salon and they are like, oh yeah, we're gonna build it out for you. You're gonna be able to pick all of your flooring. You're gonna be able to pick your doors and all this stuff. So I'm excited, right? I'm like, this is a deal. Like, why is the rent so cheap? I have a stylist. She's coming in on the days that I'm off. I'm like, yes, now is the time for my next venture. 8 months in, I had just started my own product line. Like this was the next step for me, bringing in another stream of income. So I'm going to start a hair product line. I put thousands of dollars into this. Just as I did that and I was getting ready to launch my hair product line, my salon flooded. It was so bad. I ruined hundreds of dollars, probably thousands of dollars worth of product that I had to get rid of. Then I had to deal with insurance, to deal with getting all of my stuff out of the space so that I can put it over into storage while they come in and they renovate and they dry everything out. They had to cut into the walls. It was a nightmare. The day it flooded, I literally had clients. So my clients are like running out of the building and their hair is not done. Throughout all of this, they put me in a temporary space, but I still had to pay rent, which I didn't think that was fair because the flood is not my fault. And they told me, oh, well, a month, give us about 30 days, a month, maybe a little bit more, you'll be back in your space. Oh no, I was not back in my space. So I'm being inconvenienced by going into another building, having these raccoons or something that was coming into the building, that was somehow getting into the building. Ant problem. Then I had a no AC problem because of the high-end furniture that I had. Like my shampoo bowl did not fit, so then I had to navigate that, having my shampoo bowl in this awkward space. So the quality of customer service was just not there anymore. And I was getting discouraged. I was just like, I went out of this lease. It's taking too long for me to get back into my space. Get back into my space finally after about 2 to 3 months. Get back into my space, have to move everything back in, only for no AC in my real space now. My roof is leaking every time that it rains. I was just over it. I was over it at this point. Like, I have a 3-year lease. It's not even been a year. And I've had so many issues. I've had the flooding, which was the main thing. But before the flooding even happened, I was dealing with coming to work and the water not being on. Coming to work and my gas and my electric not being on, and it being off for a whole day, and having to cancel clients. Like, I was losing money so much by being on this person's property. And I was just like, I can't do it no more. So now I have to get out of my lease, right? I have a 3-year lease. I've only been there 8 months. Try to get out of the lease, and they're like, no, we're not letting you out of the lease. We're going to fix the issues. Okay, no problem. Then fix the issues. Issues weren't getting fixed. So then I have to hire attorneys now. They finally let me out of the lease. I had to pay like $1,500 or something so that I can get out of the lease and try to find another tenant to take over the lease. So I called my mentor back up like, hey, the attorneys got me out of the lease. Thank you so much. But now I have to find another space. He got me 2 real estate people that were looking on my behalf while I moved everything out of the space temporarily to another salon suite out in Mason. I tell my clients like, oh, we're only going to be here for about 3 months. Don't worry about it. 3 months, I'll have something by then. I'll be in another space. Girl, no. No, I was in this suite probably about 5 to 6 months. The real estate agents found me a storefront, way more square foot than what I had. I had like maybe 500 square feet. This is now 1,100 square feet salon. So now I got to shift. I'm like, okay, I have to now come up with a way so that I can furnish this salon, because I'm in a 2-person salon. Now I have to come up with a way to create like a, 6-person salon. So I first go in, I'm like 4 chairs. That's all I can afford right now. I'm gonna do 4 chairs. I'm not gonna worry about it. Ended up getting a salon now that I house 7 stylists plus myself. So it all worked out in the end. But baby, when I say this was a journey, this was a journey. I mean, oh my God, like, it is not easy. And I have to put myself in a certain mindset when things are not going according to plan, because I'm very much a planner. I plan things out and I want things to go according to plan. When they don't go according to plan, I get irritated and I get frustrated and I get upset. And so I'm learning still that nothing never goes according to plan. Like, that's just the reality when you have a small business. You cannot. I had a problem with comparing myself to other small businesses. Like, why is she thriving and I'm sitting up here on the struggle bus? Like, this is not fair. When I tell you, so many times I've compared myself to other businesses, and I had to stop that, and I had to put myself in a mindset that things are never going to go according to plan. The skill of trying to make things go according to plan does not exist. The skill that you have to acquire is the shift. You're going to always be shifting. I'm shifting right now, and I'll make a separate video, but I'm shifting right now because I'm going up and down on whether or not I'm going to keep my product line, because it was put on a back burner when I had the flood in the salon. I had just invested in it, and so I never really advertised it to its full potential. So people that knew me, clients, family, friends, they all purchased the product line, which was great for my first shipment, because it allowed me to get a lot of inventory off my hands. But it's been so hectic and I never really was able to put the product line at the forefront of my business. And so now I'm struggling with, do I keep the product line? Do I let the product line go? I got a lot of people and clients who are like, I love the product line, I think you should keep it. But then at the end of the day, is it worth keeping financially? But that will be another video. But it's just an example of, even though I make good money, I now have created another stream of income where I now have stylists working for me. However, I have to make smart decisions financially for myself and my business. So that's my little spiel. That's my introduction. Let you guys know a little bit about me and what my business is about, and where all of my knowledge and experience is coming from. So if you're interested in hearing more from me as I go over this business series, don't forget to subscribe. Comment below and let me know what you think about this video. And if you have any questions about all the things that I've been through in my business, put them in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer them. I'm so excited about this journey, and I hope that you are along for the ride as I am going through my own journey of becoming her.